Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Really sad news to start out the show. Apparently, the 5 people in the submersible died instantly last Sunday. And apparently the Navy knew it. So
there's that.
Yeah, there's that. Wasted a lot of time and money looking for them when they were gone instantly.
Pulled on our heartstrings for days.
Yeah, right. You got millions of people praying for them, thinking about them, and they were already gone. Jeez, really sad. So it was apparently, it imploded. The debris was found about 1,600 feet from Titanic, consistent with catastrophic implosion.
Right.
All 5 crew members confirmed dead. Unclear whether the bodies will ever be recovered. The banging sounds were not from the sub, obviously.
Wait.
Because they were gone already. Yeah, gone already. The exact time is unknown when the implosion happened, but it happened.
We had a pretty good idea
early on.
Yeah, we had a pretty good idea.
It was Sunday.
At the time that they heard the sound, the Navy or the Coast Guard, whichever one actually heard it.
Yeah. So, Shahzada Dawood, the Pakistani-British billionaire, Suleiman Dawood, his 19-year-old son, Hamish Harding, UK billionaire and explorer, Paul Henry Narjolet, the Titanic expert, and Stockton Rush, the sub pilot and OceanGate CEO, all gone.
Sad.
Just like that. Yeah, really sad.
They're hoping that they will at some point be able to discover what caused the catastrophic failure. I'm just curious, have we heard definitively who sealed them up? You know, like, don't you have to seal it up from the outside?
Well, that's what we read. Okay. So I would assume, yeah. Because they said there's no way out from the inside.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They have to be let out, which is makes it even more claustrophobic and horrible.
Man, it's terrible. That 19-year-old Solomon,
sure does.
He didn't even want to go on this thing. He went with his dad.
Oh, no, really?
Because his dad's such a huge Titanic fan. And, yeah. And you made that point about the U.S. Navy detecting that explosion on Sunday morning. So one would presume that the Biden administration knew on Sunday morning that this occurred.
One would assume that.
Let this thing drag out.
Yeah.
And,
yep.
But why would they do that?
I mean, it's not like they need a distraction this week from anything else that's going on in Congress, right? Like the Ways and Means Committee getting some more information on Hunter Biden. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm sure it's just a massive coincidence.
Yes.
No, I'm sure the Navy didn't say anything to the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief.
Well, they're out in the ocean. There's no way to get that information back to land. There's no amount of time. It takes days.
Right.
How are you going to know that?
It's 900 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. You can't get information back that quickly. So, yeah, perfectly normal and perfectly understandable. And so, I wonder how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, were spent when they knew.
I don't know. That's a darn good question.
Did you see, by the way, the we used to track Pico, so he just decided to go AWOL.
Oh yeah.
Well, 2 sharks apparently made their way to that area right after that explosion. So people think that they were drawn to the sound of the explosion or what have you. But I mean, here's one of the shark's paths. Look at that. He was hanging around on the East Coast. I don't know if you can zoom in there. And then he decides to make a beeline for the sub area. Sunday morning.
Oh, geez.
That is interesting, huh?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So they're drawn by the explosion?
Maybe.
Thinking they've got a meal or something?
I don't know. They were just kind of hypothesizing. But yeah, Sunday morning, man. And then they strung us along.
All week long.
Again, why would they do something like that?
Yeah. Well, what would be accomplished if we're talking about something else while important hearings were going on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What would be accomplished? Nothing. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think there's anything nefarious there. So
I mean, we're going to cover everything, right?
Sure.
So you don't think that there's any reason to
keep
that from the public?
No. Nothing nefarious.
Hearings, presidential, the president's son, the president himself in trouble.
Oh, look at you, just kind
I'm
of
trying to think why.
throwing it
That's
out
all.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but none of that is really a problem because we know that Joe Biden didn't even know what Hunter Biden was doing for a living. Didn't even speak to him
Never
about it.
talked about it.
So he never spoke to his son about his business. So there's no issue there. You know that.
That's funny.
You know that. So, all right.
All right.
Well, good.
We're done.
Well, we fixed it. That's
Wrap it
fine.
up.
Also, yesterday, House Republicans spoke about the investigations into the Biden crime family.
Wait, you just said there was nothing else going on.
These damn Republicans, though, these MAGA Republicans, saying that something bad is happening there. Here's Representative Jason Smith, who explained what whistleblowers all over the government were telling them.
Boy.
This was a campaign of delay, divulge, and deny. Whistleblowers say reoccurring unjustified delays pervaded the investigation, including an authenticating a WhatsApp message in which Hunter Biden demands payment from Chinese officials, noting that his father is in the room. The whistleblowers revealed IRS investigators were told by U.S. Attorney Leslie Wolf that because the evidence would be found in the guest house of former Vice President Biden, quote, there is no way, close quotes, a search warrant for evidence would ever get approved. Wow. IRS whistleblowers told this committee that crucial information about the investigation was divulged to Hunter Biden's attorneys. For example, even an investigators had probable cause to search a Northern Virginia storage unit in which Hunter Biden had stored files. Attorneys for Biden were made aware prior to any search, providing them valuable time to remove any materials that could be useful evidence. Few Americans qualify for such soft glove treatment from federal investigators. Testimony shows that U.S. Attorney of Delaware David Weiss tried to bring charges in the District of Columbia around March of 2022 and was denied. Weiss sought special counsel status from the DOJ in the spring of 2022 and was once again denied. Weiss sought to bring charges in the Central District of California in the fall of 2022 and had that request denied in January of 2023.
Like
Interesting.
I said, nothing going on. There's nothing wrong there.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
2 tiers of justice.
Jeez, for sure. There's just no question about that. Over at the White House, Joe Biden greeted the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Well, do we want to see that WhatsApp message there? I mean, that's pretty incredible. I mean, look at this thing, man. I mean, this is. But remember what Jeffy already said, and you reminded us.
Right.
Joe never talked business.
No, they didn't talk business. He didn't know anything about his son's dealings at all.
And if you believe this, what do we believe? We believe there are times when we don't believe what Hunter says because he's a liar. And then we're to believe that when this WhatsApp message, I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. And Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. I'm sitting here waiting for the call with my father.
Yeah, Peter Schweitzer reminded us last night on Twitter, this is from April of 2016, and $5 million was then sent to Hunter Biden from Henry Zhao.
But, I mean, all we have is this message. We don't know that Joe was actually there.
No, sure, no. I mean, who else?
Stop it.
Who's his father? Who else could? That could probably be somebody else, right?
I'm sure he has a priest that he talks to
I
from
see.
time to
Yeah,
time.
that's what it is.
Catholics.
That's what it is. Yeah, I'm here with my.
He's got a lot to confess. Could well have been a Catholic priest.
I mean, the IRS. I mean, tipping off at every turn. And this thing with Hunter all came out of, they were investigating some foreign pornography thing or something, and somehow this led to Hunter, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was opened in 2018, and so this Hunter stuff was an offshoot of that investigation. I don't know how pornography and overseas stuff led to Hunter, but I will say that they were able to match up in November of 2019 Hunter's Apple ID with the laptop. They knew in November of 2019, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this was Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah,
and then they spent the entire election year, 2020, telling us the opposite. I swear these people are so... That was the FBI, by the way, that verified that.
Right.
Love me that FBI.
Right.
Dang, man. That's just outrageous. It's just outrageous.
So what's going to happen now? Where the hell is I want the impeachment. I know that they've been that they filed yesterday, and so this is now going to go to a committee now. So we'll see where this goes. But I mean,
well, it's hard to impeach a president,
right? You can only do it twice in a few months, right? I mean,
how many times how many times was Trump impeached?
Exactly.
Just twice or more than that?
Twice. He was impeached twice.
Impeached twice. And over nothing, literally nothing. And I want to see the Republicans impeach this bastard really soon. This is insane, man.
He should also be removed.
Yep.
Yeah.
He should also be convicted and removed from office. Well, what about Kamala Harris? We'll deal with that then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on
first,
that.
First things first. Let's take care of this.
In the beginning,
get rid of this guy.
In the beginning, it was the Kamala worrisome, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to get rid of Joe because look what we've got afterward.
Right.
Well,
he's terrible
tough.
though.
Tough.
I don't know if it can get any worse than Joe Biden.
Be careful saying that.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's by far the worst president in the first 2 years, 2.5 years in the history of the country. Yeah. By far.
It's time, Republican Party.
It's time.
Leadership in the House, it's time. You do it now. I swear, there are going to be repercussions from the base that are going to affect all levels in November of 2024 if they don't do this, if they don't pursue. Because I cannot think of a more legitimate reason to impeach a president than abusing his power, enriching his family on our name.
But he was vice president then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well,
I don't know that
started
we can prove. I know. I don't know that we can prove that anything has happened since he's been president, right? If we could, they should just drag him.
Well,
out
it's
of
bad
there
enough
right
as
now.
vice president.
Well, agreed. Agreed.
Well, you've got the Justice Department working on his behalf and him acting like. But no, you're absolutely right. What has he said under oath? Anything?
Right.
This bastard.
Right.
I can't.
Has
I
he
know.
been under oath? Have
I
they
don't
put
think
him under
so. I don't
oath for
think
any
so.
reason? I don't think so.
Wait. Didn't he swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States?
That oath.
Yeah. There is that.
Oh, yeah.
There's an oath.
Don't start
that.
bogging me down with facts.
I swear, the biggest lie he ever told is right there.
And look, and Hunter is, everybody's all wound up about his sweetheart deal. That may not actually happen, right? I mean, the judge can deny it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is possible that the judge says, no,
it's not likely, though.
We're not going to do that. No, you're absolutely right. But it is possible.
It's possible. I don't expect it, but it's possible. All right. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat?
Wait, what?
Jeez.
Wow. Let's go
Yeah.
sleep on the toilet.
Isn't that a happy thought? Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, comforters that prevent 99% of bacteria and require 3 times less laundry. There you've got self-cooling properties for better quality sleep. Just really nice. These are just great sheets. They feel great. You sleep better on them. Again, they're self-cleaning. Luxurious comfort and quality. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and they feel just as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Give these a try. Try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code PAT At checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. That's trymiracle.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat to save your free 3-piece towel set and 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Pat and treat yourself.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, over at the White House, the Indian Prime Minister was there. This is interesting as Joe Biden watches right hand as he realizes it's the Indian national anthem and not the U.S. national anthem playing.
Wait.
Can we impeach him for this?
All right, we're not getting to mine.
You are a dumbass. Wait, I don't recognize that one.
That's not... Okay, oh, boy.
I mean, he should have just left it there at that point.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
At that point, you just leave it there and just go do the whole thing.
I bet nobody points it out if he does.
Right.
Brother.
They had their big state dinner.
Yeah.
Hunter was there.
All the hoity-toits were there, and they were saying that they were going to take the night off from beating up each other and just be happy that we're all just together at the state dinner.
Nice.
You happy?
Yeah. And Joe wouldn't let go of the Indian Prime Minister's hand.
This is so awkward,
Which was kind of awkward for Dr. Jill.
He's awkward.
Yeah.
She tried to figure out where to stand. This is interesting.
Okay. Okay. I need to. Okay. Let go, Joe. Let go of his hand, bro. What in the world?
Oh, that's just weird stuff.
He is just
the worst. He's the worst.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Yeah.
Do they have memory care
That
in
is
federal prisons?
So funny. The guy is just lost, man.
He really is.
He just is lost.
He
Yeah.
needs to be in a federal prison, and you can send somebody in there to do the mental stuff for him, help him out, whatever. But he doesn't need to be the president of the United States for another minute.
Look, he's never going to go to prison. Right? You're never going to put that man in prison, but he does need to be out of the White House.
In Keith's America, both of those are happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
My America.
there's a number of things that happen in Keith's America that maybe we should take a step back.
He also reminded us what the biggest threat to humanity is.
Oh.
So that's good.
Can we
First
guess?
of all, I think it is
Tim,
the
Joe.
existential threat to humanity, climate change.
Climate
This is
change.
the most serious
Exis-
problem we face
Most
as human
serious.
beings.
Oh, for gosh sakes.
I mean, hello.
I am so sick of this hoax. I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's the most existential threat, the most serious threat we face. Because the temperature's gone up 0.9 degrees in 100 years.
The oceans are on fire.
Really?
Pat.
No, they're not.
The oceans are on
No.
fire.
No, they're
They're
not.
heating up more than they've ever heated up before,
No,
ever.
That's not true either. That's
Well,
just not true.
that's what they said.
The air temperature's not as hot as it's ever been. The ocean temperature is not as hot as it's ever been. We got a long way to go before it's the hottest it's ever been.
That's why we couldn't
Long way to
find
go.
the submersible, because the ocean's on fire out
Right.
there.
Yeah, okay. That explains a lot.
I know.
Doesn't it?
Couldn't get out there.
Man. And everything is attributed now to climate change. Absolutely everything. They had hail in Denver the other day. Climate change.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Shut up.
Some amazing video.
Jeez. We've had hail in this country and on this planet
Wait.
as long as it's existed.
We have?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're talking about hail.
Damaging
right?
hail. I mean,
Ice clumps from the sky.
yes.
That's happened before?
That's happened before, and it will happen again, regardless of what they do with CO2 levels.
Is he the weather guy? I think in Iowa that quit because he was getting strongly worded letters, and somebody actually, I guess, got fined for giving him threatening his life.
Whoa.
But he's quitting.
He's quit.
He's quit now and going to go focus on climate change because he's got PTSD. People have been writing him strongly worded emails.
Oh my goodness!
Some of the emails were like, "Hey, why don't you shut up about your climate change?"
No kidding. Thank you. It's a good question.
It was awesome.
But he can't handle it.
No, he's
got PTSD now. Okay.
So you talked about the oceans getting so hot. They're on fire.
I'm saying they're on fire, not so hot.
And so you want to make sure that you're not in the oceans. You should probably, maybe build a train?
Yeah, on the ocean.
Just
above it.
Yeah.
Obviously, just above it.
Duh.
And so the ocean train is
old man can't let this
still
go.
happening.
Really?
Yeah.
You talk about it again?
Having railway to go all the way across the southern two-thirds, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Indian Ocean in Africa, to be able to transport and do it cheaper and do it with less, how can I say it, less carbon emissions.
So, wait, the last time was over the Pacific.
Oh, yeah.
So now and I asked, why isn't it the Atlantic?
Yeah.
And now he's back to the Atlantic.
Okay, so at least he's shortened it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right. It was the Pacific.
Okay, so it's not going over the Pacific. It's going over the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So okay, it's not that big of a deal now.
No, that's fine. Now it's fine. It's gone from about a $150 to $200 trillion job to maybe just $100 trillion.
What's the train show? What's the train
Soul
show
Train
that goes around the Earth
I
after
have no
the
idea.
Earth fell apart? My wife watches it. It's the stupid TV show on the train.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what Joe thinks is going to happen. These people are stuck on this train that travels goes around the Earth.
Yeah. I know the one you're talking about. Isn't there snow involved?
Yeah.
It's like the planet is all cold.
I can't think of the name of the stupid show. I was forced to watch most of it.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, but that's fantastic that he's still talking about building this train, but it's going to go over the Atlantic.
Right.
Yeah, so shorter train. I can't think of what this kid's called. I don't know if you'll remember, Pat, Jeffy, Chris, help me out if this comes to mind. But there's a kid that, maybe somebody can tweet this at me, at Keith Malinak. He just babbles for 30 seconds, some aimless story. You know what I'm talking about, Jeffy? You ever think that... I'm telling you, we're going to have to play side by side. That kid with that story, that cadence, everything from Biden right there. If we find that, Chris, let me know. Because it's the same. It's like that kid grew up and told that story about the train. I swear, it is. We got to find this kid. Anyway.
It's Snowpiercer.
What is playing right now? Turn that off. Turn that off. That's too loud. Good
I don't think that was.
Is that not it?
That's not
the guy.
it. No.
Oh, okay, that's not it. Okay, I apologize for that.
I thought the kid was in this room running around. Sorry to wake everybody up.
Anyway, it's Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
So what's the premise of Snowpiercer?
It's after the world has become a frozen wasteland.
Right.
And
Then the
they
train.
live on this train, the rich, and they have the poor. Anyway, that's
a big
what Joe
train.
wants. Yeah.
It's a really big train.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the rich are in the
the
nice
rich are in
part.
the front, and poor in the back, and
Right.
and it's-
Conditions for the poverty-stricken are terrible on that train.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Sounds interesting.
I think I've
It
seen
is
about
actually. My
20
wife,
minutes
My
of
wife
it.
has forced me to watch it, and you get into it. The one guy, from Hamilton is the star in it because my daughter loves him. He's one of the
Manuel-
big stars. No.
Oh.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's just that's what Joe is thinking that's going to become. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just a
I
train
guess.
around the world.
I guess. So it's gone from an 8,000-mile train to maybe 4. Maybe it's a 4,000-mile train.
Yeah, but
Yeah. That'll be great.
Angola's on the other side of Africa, right? So, well, I mean, you
that
do get
still
some
needs to go across Africa,
land,
I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
a lot of union jobs, I think, from this.
There's no
Right.
doubt
For
about
sure,
that.
For sure. Okay, so Chris has found, thank you, Daniel. I think you're the one that found this story. So listen to this kid's story, and then, Stephen, immediately after this kid's story, play that Biden clip again, please. Here we go.
Have you ever had a dream that that you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
Moving ourselves, having railway to go all the way across the southern from the Atlantic Ocean to the Indian Ocean in Africa, to be able to transport and do it cheaper and do it with less, how can I say it, less carbon emissions.
Same person.
How can I say it?
He just grew up, became president.
Oh, man.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Same person. Yep.
Same person.
And remember, articles of impeachment have been filed in the House, and if Joe does go, we'll get Vice President Kamala Harris as President Harris. And she was on a podcast the other day, and she told us a story about
storyteller,
about two frogs.
I think of those two frogs. You know, the two frogs in the two pots. Okay. So for your listeners, here it goes. So there are two pots of water and two frogs.
Okay.
And in one pot, you put the frog in the water and you slowly turn up the heat. And that frog's just hanging out as the heat just slowly gets hotter to the point that water starts to boil and that frog perishes.
Right.
In the other pot of water, you first turn up the heat real high. The water's boiling. You drop that frog in. He'll jump right out.
He'll jump right out.
The lesson there, as far as I'm concerned, don't be that first frog.
Then there you go.
Don't be that first frog.
Okay? Jump right out. Huh? Boy, we are surrounded by suck.
Oh, my gosh.
That's awesome.
Oh, my.
That's awesome. That's the title of, that should be the title of a new podcast, actually.
Don't be that first frog?
We are surrounded by suck.
Oh, surrounded by suck? Yeah.
Also, a few days ago, Joe introduced Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Here's how that went. That's fun.
Now it is my great honor to introduce the President of the United States, President Joe Biden.
It doesn't say that. Everybody says he says it.
No, he doesn't.
I'm with you, but 7-8 people sent me this yesterday.
I know, but it's not true.
Thank you, Secretary Buttigieg. Thank you all for being here. Please.
He doesn't. I mean, he mumbles and stutters this name, but they're saying that it's
booty juice.
Booty juice. It's booty juice. It's not, though. I mean, look.
Can you go back?
If I get sent a video that says he called Buttigieg booty juice, I'm looking at it. And so I did. And so I did.
Thank you all for being here.
I wanted it to be true.
Let me hear that. Play it again, one more time. Hello? Let me just go back.
Thank you, Secretary Buttigieg. Thank you all for being here. Please.
It really does sound like booty juice. It really does. That sounds like booty juice.
All right, fine. I'm okay with it being booty juice, but no.
Need some Pepto-Bismol, apparently.
We do know he can't say the guy's name.
Plus,
yeah,
they're at this event. I'm not sure actually what the event is, but why he introduced him and then he stepped off to the side. It took forever for Joe to waddle out there.
So bad. I mean, he's just so bad. And Buttigieg is awful as well. What? Why is that guy the Secretary of Transportation?
Because he was a former mayor.
Oh.
And he fell in love on a train.
Oh, right. Well, that explains it.
Oh, no. Jeffy's going to set the Pete Buttigieg
story. If
love
you go
story
back and look
straight.
at the story, they fell in love there on the platform at the train station. It wasn't on a train.
So he's not qualified to be the transportation secretary after all.
Well, he's qualified to fix the train stations, isn't he?
Oh, I bet he's going to be in charge of building that train over the Pacific or Atlantic or wherever the hell it's going to be.
Great. Well, he knows about platforms.
Because the train stations in the Atlantic should be really interesting to see.
It should be awesome.
They should be great.
It should be awesome.
I'd like to see that. Wow.
Me too.
Boy, what a fun world we live in, huh?
It sure is. It sure is. All right, we got much more. We haven't even scratched the surface on the fun we've got for you. Coming up on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I got some tweets here. Quick, fast delegation tweets. That was the dumbest way to tell the frogs in the boiling pot story I've ever heard.
Ukraine is a country in Europe.
There she is.
There she is. Pat's Paisley birthday pants tweets, I'm very, very positive the Biden administration didn't know about the sub implosion until they read it in the papers, just like all the rest of us.
That's how the news travels in that White House.
Yeah, they get no special information at the White House. That's a common misconception. Pirate Label Inc. Go back and watch the inauguration. Joe skipped part of the oath.
Oh, really?
I didn't have to do that.
I didn't catch that at all.
Chicken Too Tasty. When it hails, is that when it gets so hot the thermometer goes all the way back around to cold? Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
And the skies don't know what to do, so they throw down ice balls.
Right, because they're pissed. They're like, we're so confused here. It was hot, now we're cold, and here, take this.
Take this.
Did you see that hailstorm in Colorado at the Red Rocks Amphitheater? This is wild. Look at this. From the other night. This has never happened before in the history of mankind. Ice balls came out of the sky. People didn't know what to do. They thought it was the end of the world.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, you got nowhere to go there.
Yeah. I mean, it hurts. And
heck yeah.
About 100 people got injured. I think 7 or 8 went to the hospital.
Broken bones and stuff. I guess it doesn't show it in this video here, but I guess there was baseball-size hail near there as well. I mean, what do you do? Good grief. Look at that.
You try to take cover.
Yeah.
Try to grab something like, I mean, they got some cardboard stuff from signs and tried to
grab somebody's little kid, put him over your head, something.
But you said that this has never happened until...
Never happened.
Ever.
That was the first time it's ever happened. And it's because of climate change.
In world history.
Yeah. World history's first time. For
Denver,
something
Colorado.
called hail.
Am I mistaken? It feels like I lost a roof to something like that.
Really? Yeah, you're
Couple
mistaken.
Times.
You're mistaken.
No, that's not. Okay.
Not to Denver hail.
Not Denver hail.
I mean, it happens in Texas every 2 weeks, but
sure does.
I guess that's a first for Denver.
It sure does.
Jeez. I don't know. It just, I'm so tired of it all. I can't take it. 3 died in North Texas again.
This was a couple nights
Another
ago.
tornado hit Wednesday night. Got to be climate change. We've never had tornadoes before in Texas.
It's a good people.
Why is this happening?
It's good that people are, taking a stand and protesting worldwide. Boy, Europe is getting...
In Europe?
Every 5 minutes, there's another protest on climate.
That's for sure.
In Germany, police had to deal with a handful of climate morons out blocking the road. Here's how that went.
Oh, this is new.
Hey, stupids. Oh, man.
I haven't seen this one. They're usually sitting.
Yeah,
there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to get comfortable. Police show up immediately. I love it.
Good.
And they're like...
And dragged them out, I hope? Stupid morons.
All right, I'll take you.
Good.
Take you.
Nice.
Good. Yes, that's how it's done. Yep. Right there.
They usually crawl back. Are they going to crawl back? Do they have the guts
Kick
to
them in the
crawl back?
face if they crawl back.
Yeah.
Until they stop crawling back.
Don't
kick them in the face.
Arrest.
Is that
That's what you do. That's how you deal with it. If they start crawling back to the middle of the road, kick them in the face. It'd be better than them getting run over by a freight train or a car. I wouldn't be surprised to see them laying on train tracks
and
trying to stop a train.
Kick them in the nads too, Beavis.
Right.
Yeah, do that.
Yes. Kick them when they're up. Kick them when they're down.
Right.
Kick them when they're stiff. Kick them all around. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
All right.
Usually, you see them when they get dragged off by other people, not police. If you're stuck in traffic and there's guys, usually men will come out and drag them off.
Yeah.
And then they'll start directing traffic, letting cars through, and they just start crawling back.
So that's when you kick them in the face.
That's protocol now.
Yeah, that's protocol. That's when you kick them in the face.
So let's say, hypothetically, you're in Britain and a little climate change parade starts going by, right?
I mean, I hit them.
You hit them? But what if you're kind of out of reach and you're up on a balcony? What would you do? What'd you do, Jeffy?
I don't know.
The video will show us here.
Okay.
He just dumped water on him.
Good.
Get out of here.
I wish that guy was my neighbor.
Awesome.
What are these? What is
they
this?
Didn't stop it though. That didn't stop him though.
Jeez. Get out of the road.
That did not stop. I know.
Okay, the streets, the roads, the freeways
I
are
nailed
for
him.
cars. They're for vehicles, motor vehicles.
Well, that's their point, Pat.
I know.
Okay, that's their point.
I know,
okay.
but my point is, get out of the road. Okay? Get out of the road. Or you're going to get run over. And then it's going to be their fault because, oh my gosh, they had to keep driving.
Yep.
And they were trying to kill us when usually they're just trying to inch their way around you and move on with their day. And then it's the worst thing of all time.
So what hurts more about, I don't know, what, 20 miles an hour, tum, tum, or a slow tum,
tum, tum? I don't know. I've never had either scenario. Because here's the thing. I stay out of the road. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless you're in your vehicle.
Unless I'm in a vehicle.
Right.
Right. Yeah. But I rarely lay in the middle of a road. In fact.
You say rarely.
Yeah. It's been 2 years now. I've never laid in a road.
Oh, seriously?
Not once. Seriously.
I can't. I don't
never
know
done it.
I don't know that I can say that.
Never sat in the middle of a road. Never laid in the middle of a road.
I can't say
that.
that.
You can't say that?
Can't either.
All right.
I've been there.
I wasn't protesting really anything. But
okay.
Sometimes you just got to take a nap.
I have.
You have laid in the middle of a road.
Yeah.
A busy road with traffic on
it? Wow.
What is this, like one of those things from The Notebook where the guy, what's his face, on a date with what's her face?
In the middle of the street on the road.
Sounds like a good love story.
And they lay in the middle of the road and watch the traffic light change. It's really exciting. Yeah,
that's love. Is
you
what
just
it is.
ruined
It's
the
love.
movie.
It's love. Sorry. Spoiler alert.
It's just a scene.
If you haven't seen The Notebook from 2003 or 4.
Just a scene.
Yeah, at one point they lay in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Sorry to ruin that part for you. So, by the way, speaking of climate morons, John Kerry has been hit with ethics complaints over inaccurate climate death toll claims.
What? John Kerry?
When they say inaccurate, is that a lie? Is that what they mean?
Yes, that's what they mean.
Okay, so John Kerry was lying.
Yes.
Weird.
That's what they mean.
Weird.
John Kerry was hit with an ethics complaint Tuesday alleging he disregarded scientific evidence on climate issues. Protect the Public's Trust filed the complaint against the Biden administration's special presidential envoy for climate, detailing a May 10th speech in which Kerry claimed 15 million people perish every year due to greenhouse gas emissions.
Wow.
What?
Should probably do something about
I heard
that.
absolutely nothing you said because that picture of John
Put that
Kerry
picture back up.
that we had on the TV screen, my man looks rough there.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, holy cow.
Well, he's what? Close to 80.
I know, but I've
got to be.
Put some more fillers in or something, bro.
Yeah,
what is happening?
It's happening.
Same thing that's happening to all of us. Okay?
I think it's happening faster.
I mean, holy cow.
He's 79 years old now.
So what was your report again?
Yeah, something about he lied or whatever.
Yeah, he lied. 15 million people perish every year due to greenhouse gas emissions. Shut up. I can't take it. His claim is both tremendously consequential and entirely unsupported by scientific evidence. The letter to the State Department and White House Office of Science and Technology Policy officials states, PPT is calling for an investigation into Kerry's comments for violating the Biden administration's scientific integrity policies.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
They have scientific... They violate them every day.
Yeah,
Are you kidding
That's going to happen.
They violate them every day. Biden just gave a speech the other night, in fact.
On scientific integrity?
No.
Oh.
On guns again.
He's
the
been,
worst. He's so bad.
Look, he's been terrible on everything, but every time he speaks about something, it gets worse.
Yes.
It's just, it's more terrible.
But every single thing he said during the speech about guns was a lie.
Of course.
An absolute lie. He mocked Second Amendment supporters This was Tuesday by saying you need fighter jets, not AR-15 rifles, to challenge the government.
Why is he always trying to?
He always pulls that out.
Always.
That threat.
Does he want that? He wants that.
Yes. I guess.
He wants that.
Yes.
Yep.
I guess so he can crack down on us with F-16s. That's what he wants to do. Didn't he once throw out the nuclear weapon thing? Like, you're going to nuke your own country? Really? We've got nuclear weapons. Yeah, and you're going to use them against the American population? Okay. But it's fascinating that the tyrannical government under Joe Biden would be attacking citizens in the streets with F-16.
It is, isn't it?
Isn't that fascinating? First of all, it would not take F-16s to do this. How many F-16s did the Mujahideen have in Afghanistan when they fought a tyrannical government?
Actually, I don't know that.
Zero. They had none.
Okay.
Zero. Not one. Right. No F-16s.
You're positive of that?
I'm positive of that. They didn't even have biplanes.
I'm going to go with what you said.
So,
I feel the Taliban has more, though.
The Taliban probably does, but the Mujahideen had zero. It's amazing what you can do with an armed resistance. It's amazing what you can do, and how difficult it is for them to maintain control if the population is armed. It has nothing to do with your freaking fighter jets. This guy's such a moron. Speaking at a campaign event in California, he addressed gun violence. He claimed the National Rifle Association wields overwhelming power. Overwhelming.
Oh, man.
It's overwhelming. That's all you hear right now is the NRA. That's all you hear. NRA this, NRA that. They're everywhere. The NRA hasn't been a force for how long now? They've got their own issues to deal with. And they've been sidetracked for a long time.
Yeah,
it's been years.
It's been a few years since they even appeared to have power.
And here's what he said about them. The NRA is the only outfit in the nation that we cannot sue as an institution. Where does he get that? He said that before. Where is he getting that? He just pulls it out of his rectal cavity. It is not true. In fact, there's an active lawsuit in New York against the NRA right now. How does he get away with this? Why do you keep saying it? Then
that is weird.
He said he claimed the Second Amendment explicitly does not state that you can own any weapon you want. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say where. Show me where it says that. Keith, can you call up the Second Amendment?
Second Amendment.
Maybe we'll even read it and see if we've missed the part where it explicitly states we can't own any weapon we want.
Okay.
All right.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state.
Yeah.
The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed except for
you can't own any weapon you want. Okay. So
weapons of war are mentioned here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, high caliber.
Did you have to blow on it with a blow dryer and get the heat?
Lemon
juice. You can see that ink.
Yep.
Yeah, the lemon juice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Braces. Yeah, all that stuff's mentioned here. This guy's an ass.
Oh my gosh, he said there's a lot of things we can change because the American people, by and large, agree you don't need a weapon of war.
Oh gosh,
I'm a Second Amendment guy.
Yeah.
If you have to say I'm a Second Amendment guy, you're not a Second Amendment guy. It's
you are the opposite of a Second Amendment guy. Everybody who says that
all the
is
time.
The opposite.
It's like saying
I'm all for guns.
I have black friends.
Right.
Okay, so you obviously don't.
That.
Yeah.
I taught it 6 years in law school, and guess what? It doesn't say that you can own any weapon you want.
He said this?
Yeah. It says there are certain weapons that you just can't own. Show me that part.
Where's that? Where are your lemon juice on it?
It says there are certain weapons that you just can't own.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? Because I
already went over this.
Had you taught at law school?
I haven't.
Okay.
No, not for 6 years, not for 1 year.
I doubt that he
not
has,
for a
to
day.
Be honest, but okay.
So do I. Even during when it passed, you couldn't own a cannon.
Again, he pulls that out?
There it is again.
And not only is that wrong, but who was the guy? It's a fun, obscure fact in history. This guy demonstrated in front of Congress this awesome rifle,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted Congress to make this purchase that would like auto reload. It was basically like the very first, and Congress wouldn't make an expenditure, even though they were in the middle of the war with Britain.
Right.
I mean, they had automatic rifles, but it's really cool. I got to find this story.
But it's a lie that you couldn't own a cannon. Even the Washington Post has fact-checked multiple times. I mean, time after time after time. And they said he keeps saying this, and he's got to stop because it's not true. You could own a cannon.
Well, everything he said so far is
a
not
lie.
true.
Right. Yeah. Exactly right.
Listen to this. The Belton Repeater, a high-capacity assault flintlock studied by the Continental Army. In 1776, Belton wrote to Congress claiming he designed a way to make a musket discharge up to 8 rounds in 3 seconds.
Oh, wow. Really?
And he wanted Congress
to buy
them for the war effort.
Seems to make
sense.
So
don't say, Joe Biden, that the Continental Congress, that the founders had no idea what these weapons could do someday.
Man, maybe we get those to Ukraine.
Right?
Bro?
Right?
Bro? No, don't give them any more ideas.
Oh, my gosh. The worst. I mean, even the Washington Post fact checker, Glenn Kessler, here's what he said. We have no idea where he conjured up this notion about a ban on cannon ownership in the early days of the Republic, but he needs to stop making this claim. Thank you, Glenn Kessler. Thank you.
I mean, at
by
least
all that
have
is
somebody
holy.
throw a copy of the newspaper into the White House lawn or something, so maybe he'll see it. Maybe he'll read it.
How is it possible he just keeps doing it?
I don't know, but he pulls them. I mean, he can't stop.
He can't.
He can't stop.
Right.
Once it's in his head,
it's an
proven
interesting
that.
tactic. I'm sure it's just like, yeah, it's a lie, but just keep saying it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Wait,
it just doesn't matter.
So-
Nobody calls you on it, or I mean, this.
And if they do,
that's
so
even
what?
happening.
If they do, so
and
what?
if they do, so what? Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Continue to ignore it. Incredible.
It is an interesting tactic.
Seriously, if we were doing that, we wouldn't be on the air. We would be off the air. It would be over. You just can't do that, but he can. And he does.
And he does.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Thank Kevin. Got some tweets here. Just to Muck and Fudge tweets. I'm going to need to have a Pat Gray bingo card made entirely from clips. There are just too many gems.
That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep, we could do that. Just to Muck and Fudge is the one who does this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
So
by
it's
the way,
holding their back.
we've already got the new card out there. If you'd
Really?
like to check out
right.
at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
All right, and perhaps we'll go over it on Overtime today. Jordan SP tweets, unfortunately, I have laid in a road, but alcohol was involved.
Yeah, I did not say anything when I said that I laid in the road. I didn't remark on why.
No, you did not. No,
You
but I
went to the
assumed.
you went to ruining Notebook for everyone.
Yeah, right. If you
getting a
know
little-
that part of the movie, you might as well not even watch it. Right? 'Cause it's-
Right.
It is
You've ruined the entire love story.
The key point in the whole movie is them laying in the road together.
Well, except
watching the stoplight.
Except for I don't want to say that.
No, don't say that. No, because it's only been about 20
Yeah, I
freaking
know.
years that people have had to catch up on the Notebook. But what year was that? Was it 2004?
I would have to look now.
I don't
check it
know.
out.
I love that.
Check it out.
I love that movie.
The book came out.
I do too.
I think it was a big deal in Nebraska because I think it was someone that went to the University in Nebraska that wrote it.
2004?
In the
Four.
90s.
Yeah, 4.
But it was a popular book
Yeah.
back in the mid 90s.
Yeah,
It took them
it
a
was-
while to.
Right, to make a movie out of it.
It's with my girl though, man.
I mean, it's embarrassing to watch Nicholas Sparks movies, but They're good.
Oh no,
sometimes they're
it's
good.
Not embarrassing at all. Why is it?
It's not embarrassing.
Wait, hold on a second. Time out.
What's embarrassing is the way Rachel McAdams looked at me through the entire movie. Is the way it's embarrassing. I'll tell you that.
Did she know you were married at the time?
I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, she didn't care. I don't think she cared.
Okay. So
I didn't either,
if you haven't. Spoiler alert.
Thus the end of that marriage.
If you haven't watched The Notebook, here is a spoiler alert, okay? Because even I know the ending and all that stuff. I haven't watched it, but I was Googling this, and it said, why did Netflix change the Notebook ending?
What?
However, given that the revised ending dilutes the original conclusion and makes it ambiguous whether or not the elderly couple passes away, it's likely this tweak was done to make something more palatable to the general public.
What?
So
it doesn't get any more palatable than a blockbuster movie.
No way. There's no way they changed the ending.
It's a classic. You can't change the ending.
The ending
of that.
is the movie.
The ending
makes the whole thing worth it.
Yes.
Right. I don't understand.
Ending makes it so that you're okay with it all because
absolutely
they're together. Right?
Like they belonged all along.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently it was
stupid.
This was changed for Netflix UK.
Oh, well, nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Brits.
Who cares?
Screw them.
Dumb Brits.
Enjoy your fake king.
I mean, look at their music charts over the years. Way different than ours. So they have no taste over there. Their taste is all in their mouth. And even that is suspect. Look at the food they eat.
Wait, the taste is...
Last few years,
you say the taste is all in their mouth?
All in their mouth.
Isn't that where the taste buds are?
Uh-huh.
No, not in the UK.
No, taste in movies, though. It's all in their mouth.
I see.
So, see, that's where that comes from.
I got it.
All right. From President Snoopy-Doo, the climate freaks must be trying to win the Darwin Award.
Well.
Been trying to do that for some time now. American Bully Mama. Biden threatens us with F-16s like he didn't give them all to Ukraine. Yep. All right. So are we going to play a game now?
Oh, yeah. Real quick game.
Surprise
here. Yeah, I just happened to see two story headlines next to each other this morning before the show, and I thought, this doesn't compute. And I thought this might be a little fun. We call it Surprise Pat. And hopefully you're not familiar with these stories. If you are, my apologies. But I think a pleasant surprise is this story.
So we have a pleasant surprise story.
Yeah.
And
then an unpleasant surprise story. So I'm going to give you the good news first. The Supreme Court on Thursday made it easier for the federal government to deport illegal immigrants who are convicted of certain crimes. Okay, so with liberal Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson joining the majority in this decision, in an opinion authored by Brett Kavanaugh, the justices ruled that convictions for both accessory after the fact and attempting to dissuade victims from reporting sexual misconduct are crimes serious enough to make a person eligible for permanent removal from this country. So,
how about that?
Credit where
you're
credit
claiming
is due.
that this is a pleasantly surprised
Ketanji
story.
Brown Jackson siding with conservatives on that?
Yeah.
More ways to kick out people that are trying to come here from horrific countries. Okay. What's your next story?
Now, this one sucks. This one's stupid. 2 House Republicans defected from their party, shocker, voting to kill 2 National Defense Authorization Act amendments that would have defunded diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in the military. In an otherwise party-line vote, Representatives Don Bacon of Nebraska and Mike Turner of Ohio voted against the amendments, causing their failures by a vote of 30-29. In a committee markup for the NDAA Wednesday night, one amendment offered by Representative Matt Gaetz would have prohibited the NDAA funds from being used for DEI training of our service members. Gaetz offered another amendment that blocked funding for drag shows at military facilities, which passed. So, but you've got 2 Republicans that could have stopped just through common sense voting against funding DEI for the military.
And they didn't.
They sided with Democrats, so it failed. That's insanity.
Wow.
Typical.
See, pleasant and unpleasant surprises there for you.
Typical of Republicans. You can never count on them.
The uniparty, man.
Wow.
Alive and well in Washington, D.C.
We had that testimony the other day from Kelly Robinson. Kelly Robinson, I believe, isn't she...
Human Rights Campaign.
Right. And is she the first lesbian to head the Human Rights Campaign?
Possible. I don't know that.
I think that's what I read. that she's the first lesbian to head that agency. So anyway, she was before Congress the other day, and here's what she had to say, which she was asked about. Okay, is there any difference between men and women in sports? Okay, so men have no advantage over women at all.
I can say that, there's been this news article about men that think that they could beat Serena Williams in tennis, right? That they think that they could actually score a point on her. And it's just not the case. She is stronger than that.
Listen to how confident she says that.
Right.
Listen to
That's not the case.
She sounds like she absolutely knows what she's talking about, and she's got the facts backing her up.
I mean, she brought up the specific example.
She did.
Yes,
she brought up
she
the
walked
specific. It's almost like somebody should ask Serena Williams herself if that's. Wait, someone did. His name was David Letterman, and here's what she said.
I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Because it's true. It's true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster.
What?
They serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game. And
It's just a
I
different
love
game.
to play women's tennis, and I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice. So Andy, stop it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you kill me.
This was when Andy Murray was ranked number 1 in the world, and that was a rare thing for a Brit. I mean, nobody knows how it happened. But he rose to number 1 in the world for a while, and he was saying, you know what, I should play Serena. It'd be fun. She's like, no. She wouldn't.
Well,
she said she wouldn't score a point against him.
Prior to that, right? We know that she played.
She played the 203rd ranked player in the world for men, Karsten Brash.
And only won a game or two against him, right?
Yes.
I mean, a match.
She won
inside the game.
Karsten Brash overheard Serena and Venus back in 1998 saying we could beat anybody outside the top 200.
Okay. Yeah,
so Karsten Brash is standing there, and he says,
"Okay,
really?
Let's go.
All right, well, I'll play you guys."
Awesome.
So this was at the it was at the Australian Open. So they did this exhibition match.
Nice.
They just played one set each. But he played both. Serena beat her 6-1.
So she won a match.
One game. She won one game. And then he played Venus and beat her 6-2. So he crushed them both. And he said he took it easy on them to make it fun. He only served at 50% of his of how hard he can serve. 50%.
Incredible.
And he still crushed them. I mean, these idiots that won't acknowledge any differences between men and women in sports.
And nobody...
You're a girl testifying before Congress.
Oh, right. Riley Gaines fact-checked her in real time. And that's what's so amazing is this Kelly Robinson, that was her example. Like, nobody put her in this position. She just walked right into the pile of crap.
Right into it, where she happened to have already spoken about it multiple times and told the truth. And said, look, after she lost to Karsten Brash in 1998, she then said she and Venus could beat any man outside the top 350.
300. We moved, 350.
350.
Right. So the thing is,
you know what?
She's
If she
just trying
played
to have
me, she would beat me.
Absolutely. She's just trying to have fun with it.
Right.
She knows there's a difference. She's admitting, yes, there's a difference. Well, there's a difference until you get past those top ranked guys.
Well, yeah,
because you said, when was that interview?
98.
So what the David
one
Letterman?
Yeah.
I think it was like in 2010 or 12.
So people were
somewhere in
still
there.
relatively intellectually honest in these conversations about gender.
Yes.
And so you could say that and get away with it. She says that today, she gets canceled.
And I don't know if she would say that today. Who knows? But she was being honest.
I mean, her answer
She's
today
being
would
truthful.
be, I'm retired and I don't think about that kind of stuff anymore. I'm more focused on my charities and my family.
That should be her answer today because otherwise you're canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it matters for her. She's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? And is probably fine for the rest of her life.
She'll be fine.
And her children and grandchildren
she'll be fine.
Are probably fine for the rest of their
They'll be
lives.
fine.
But, and it's interesting because one of maybe the best women's tennis player of all time, couldn't beat the 203rd ranked man. I mean, that does tell you something, right?
It should.
It does show you.
It should.
Now, if you're talking about the greatest women's player on earth playing one of us, of course, we probably wouldn't score a point. But if you're talking about them playing
the professionals,
or even a really good college player who's a man, it's a big time different story. Big time different.
And on your Kelly Robinson, you were saying, was she the first gay individual to lead the HRC?
Mm-hmm.
I found the press release when they announced her ascending to that role in 2022.
Yeah.
And the press release says she becomes the organization's 9th president and the first black queer woman.
Okay.
So she
Black
had to check.
queer.
So there may have been. She checked both boxes.
Okay, so there
In other
might have
words,
been a white
there
queer woman.
Could have been, or just could have been a black. I
or
have
a
no
black
idea.
woman
Right.
who wasn't queer.
I mean, eventually these press releases are going to say, they're going to be like 9 different things. Like, oh, she's the first black woman from west of the Mississippi
who used to be a man.
They did that with the baseball game last week, right? Where they had the first Democratic female black congresswoman playing the baseball game.
And the reason they did
it with the first female black Democrat.
Right. Because a Republican black woman had already played.
Ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. And nobody even talked about it. But now it's a thing because Democrats finally did it.
Pathetic, man.
It's unbelievable.
Pathetic.
All right, let me tell you about Eden Pure Thunderstorms. You can purify the air in your home, get clean, healthy, fresh smelling air. You can eliminate odors and viruses and bacteria, all with the fantastic Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier. Sends out oxy technology, which are O3 molecules into the air. And that seeks out and destroys the odors and the pollutants in your home. And there's no filters to change. This is so easy to install. Take it out of the box, plug it into the wall, turn it on. It's that simple. Man, if I can do it.
Seems pretty easy.
If I can do it, a 4-year-old could do it. A 3-year-old could probably do it. So right now you're going to save a bunch of money, too. You can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack and get protection in your whole home for under $200. That's a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. They go for over $600. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units under $200. So go to EdenPureDeals.com and type in the discount code PAT to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT, and you'll get the shipping for free.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Glenn Beck. I really believe that the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
Welcome. 888-933-93. Pat Gray on Twitter. Pat Gray Unleashed on Twitter.
No, Pat
Unleashed on Twitter.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. It only took 3 times. That's not bad.
From a guy that tweets all the time, you nailed that, bro.
I know,
Let's
right?
go to Twitter.com.
www, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Where's the HTTP, bro?
Right. Yeah, because you can't get anything done without the HTTP colon
right,
slash //. All right, so there's a 2023 Global Livability Index. The top 10 most livable cities in the world.
Awesome. Who's this from? Is this from the lawn starter people, or
This is gonna be some green city.
Yeah,
this
guarantee
is
you.
from. It's a good question.
There's so many trees.
It's from Industry Research.
Love Industry Research.
Okay.
Aren't they great?
They are awesome.
I usually wait for their swimsuit edition in February, but I didn't this year. I got it right now just to get the most livable cities. But at number 10, Osaka, Japan. And if you've ever been to Osaka, you know how livable that place really is.
Gorgeous.
Toronto, Canada comes in at number 9. At number 7, we have a tie between Geneva, Switzerland, and Calgary, Canada.
Wow.
Calgary, Canada. Really?
Most livable. Most livable cities.
Yep.
Interesting how they. I would like to go ahead.
At number 6, Zurich, Switzerland. I understand it's nice. Never been there, of course. Vancouver, Canada, which I've heard is really
Vancouver's beautiful.
Sydney, Australia, number 4. And number 3, Melbourne, Australia. Number 2, Copenhagen, Denmark, and it is Copenhagen, not Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
Don't let me catch you calling it Copenhagen. It's Copenhagen.
What are you going to do?
You don't want to know.
What are you going to do?
You don't even want to know, okay? Just leave it at that. And at number 1,
most livable city,
Vienna, Austria.
On the planet.
Comes in at number 1. No U.S. city on the list.
Good. Stay away. Care.
Aren't there livable cities in the United States of America?
The cities we have in America, no one lives in.
Nobody lives in. Okay, because I thought there were like 18 million in New York area, in the New York City area, and 11 or 12 million in the Los Angeles area. And, I don't know. There's 8 million in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
But do you want to live in New York City?
I do not.
Okay, so then
I
there
do
you
not.
go. You answered your own question.
But he does live in DFW.
But I do live in the DFW area, and it's quite nice most of the time.
But this doesn't say, and I'm not trying to parse this. This doesn't say best metro places.
No,
right? It says
most
the best
livable cities.
Right.
Yeah.
So
most livable cities.
So
would you want to
rankings.
live in Dallas proper?
The
rankings have got to be interesting. So it's got to be because of their green agendas, bikes,
Got to be. I
bet
can't find the
parks.
You're right.
Health, food, restaurants. It's however this. However they rank them. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't find the guidelines for this stuff.
Yeah, it'll be.
I couldn't either.
They published that in the swimsuit edition. This was the front runner to that.
Okay, so
so the guidelines.
Yeah, after I scroll through the gallery of hotness here, let's see here: healthcare,
okay,
education,
okay,
stability. That knocks out every major city in America.
Yeah,
infrastructure, and environment.
Which you can walk, and there's parks. Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And what do they have? Subways?
Yes.
Do they have mass transportation? Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay.
Which doesn't. I mean,
we're not going to. It's not going to bode well for American cities, probably because we're too car oriented.
Right. Yeah. They hate us for that.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean you have the freedom to drive anywhere you want, anytime you want?
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
You mean you can travel state to state without papers?
How dare you?
I mean, that's almost not true.
Almost. It certainly wasn't during COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Very true. Ugh. All right. We got this tweet from Newsmax. There was some breaking news. Former Texas Congressman Will Hurd, a one-time CIA officer and fierce critic of Donald Trump.
Off the list. Former CIA officer.
Well, you don't even know what the breaking news is.
No, off the list.
He's running for...
doesn't matter. Off the list.
City alderman.
Off the list.
Of the great town of Pocatello, Idaho. You don't want him as city alderman?
Way overqualified for that job.
Way overqualified. He's announced he's running for president of the United States. And there he is.
Yeah, that's what we need.
He is. Will Hurd.
We need the CIA and even higher places.
No way. But first of all, nobody's heard of this guy. Nobody's heard of him. Get it? Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's heard of Will.
We got it the first time.
Hurd Mentum. There it is.
So, yet another person has entered the race. Well,
Jeffy, when are you announcing?
How dumb is that?
And he's another Trump hater, of course.
Yes.
Right?
Fierce critic.
And he's part of the
Donald
swamp.
Trump.
Definitely part of the swamp.
Yep. And the intelligence community, which hates Donald Trump. So, that'll be fun.
Well,
that should be fun.
Not very many people that don't hate Donald Trump with a passion in Washington, D.C.
Did you see the poll earlier this week? I don't know if we mentioned it on the air. I don't think we did. But they did a poll of how many people want Trump to drop out because of these charges, and it was like 53% of Americans. 53%.
Want to drop out?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't surprise me.
That kind of surprises me that it's that high a percentage. Because you've got to have more than Democrats for that. There's independents involved, maybe some Republicans. I don't know. Why not let him run? And let's see where this thing shakes out.
I mean, they want him gone, right? I mean,
they
just
do
continue
badly.
this.
Yes. They don't want any chance.
They would be willing to cut a deal with him that will drop all these cases against you. Just don't run again.
I wonder if they would. I'll bet they would.
I believe they would.
I'll bet they would.
This guy Will Hurd sounds like a winner. Yeah. I mean,
so we know some of his
winning you over?
stances.
He's known as being a moderate Republican.
Oh, I love moderate Republicans. There's just not enough of them. They're just, I can only name 400 of them. So that's not very many when you consider there's 300 million people in the country.
He has voted against his party's positions on LGBT rights.
Oh, good. Good.
He's voted against his party's position on gun control.
No, nice.
He's voted against his party's position
Why
on
is this guy
immigration.
A Republican? Shut up.
He's voted against his party's position on the repeal of the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare.
I mean, he's not
a Democrat.
Republican.
No, he's a freaking Democrat. Jeez. Why? Why? Because he wants to be president, and there's no opening there except for running against a sitting president, which is verboten.
Right.
Right. Except for RFK, who doesn't care. RFK Jr. doesn't care.
And he's making some noise.
Marianne Williamson doesn't care. You know, those two, they're not going to be in good graces with Democrats anyway. So
Kennedy is in a better place than Marianne. Sorry to disappoint Marianne Williamson fans.
Well, Kennedy, I've seen surveys where he's at 20% or more.
Yeah, he's definitely making some noise.
I've seen him as high as 26%. That's incredible.
Yeah, and his likability is, did I see this, higher than both Trump and Biden?
Well, Biden is at an all-time low now, right? Yeah. As far as trustworthiness or whatever I saw this morning. I mean,
people don't trust the lying
sack of
pedophile,
really
Marxist.
I can't explain
corrupt,
it. Look, I'm not explaining it. I can't explain
piece
it.
of crap. People don't trust this guy.
Yeah, but
Joe Biden.
You can't oppose him because he's got F-16s. So
there you go.
Yeah. So just shut up about everything, would you please? Getting sick of hearing from you.
Thank you.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Let me take a minute to tell you about real estate agents I trust, because I'm guessing the next time you have to take a flight somewhere, you're probably not going to try to build your own airplane and fly it. You know, some things are better left up to the experts, the people who actually do these things. And when it comes to buying and selling a home in today's housing market, it's absolutely crucial that you have the best agent you can find. Glenn started a company a few years ago because he had dealt with all the hassles that come with the buying and selling of homes. And it didn't go well for him. I think he got a friend's cousin or somebody they knew from church, or I don't know, something. It didn't work out. So he was like, I don't want this to happen to other people. And so that's why Glenn and his team scour the country looking for the best possible agents, people who have really good track records, people who are fans of the show, too, so you can relate to them. So while the housing market gets back on its feet, which is kind of happening right now in some places, not so much in others, you need a great realtor. Go to Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Wow, can this be accurate? The NHL is going to scrap all their themed warm-up jerseys from last season's Pride boycotts. Mm-hmm. So they're going to stop doing the Pride night?
Yeah, one guy made a stand, dominoes began to fall, and now it's officially done.
Is there a boycott hockey movement going on?
Oh, I'm sure it's coming.
You got to believe it.
Have the Rangers bent the knee yet?
That
we know of? Still holding strong, the Texas Rangers baseball team. Have not had a Pride night,
so far so good. They're hanging in there. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman revealed yesterday that all 32 franchises will not wear any special themed pregame warm-up jerseys next season.
Nice.
Okay.
So everybody gets the axe, though. Everybody gets the axe. You know, when they any special cancer or anything like that.
But the teams can still do it. It's just not going to be an NHL sanctioned thing.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right.
Bettman said, I've suggested it would be appropriate for clubs not to change their jerseys in warm-ups because it's become a distraction. Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, that's so true. And why do it? In fact, I don't think I'd even make the announcement. I'd just stop doing it. Why draw attention to it? Well, wouldn't that be a smart way to go? Mm-hmm. But they did draw attention to it. So here we are.
And maybe that's, it's a way to get around it. We make a point of it. Maybe if there's enough pushback, then teams can do. Keith's right. The teams will do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I mean that actually is a part of it. Like that's already been said. Yeah, that the teams can do what they want. Yeah.
So they're going to continue. Mm-hmm. They will continue. Yes, because everybody's going to get pressured for this. Yep. It appears the Girl Scouts have really been progressing.
Oh, good. That's good, right?
Progressing. Yeah. People have been posting Girl Scout camp forms on social media, like this one, which is fairly interesting. Maybe you know some stuff about this.
Well,
Jeffy,
I'm not
since
a
you're
Girl
such
Scout.
No, but you're a big scouting fan. You come from a scouting family.
I do come from a scouting family. In fact, my wife and my daughter are at a scout camp this past
week. Did they give them their
Arkansas,
pronouns?
Yeah.
Did they give them their pronouns for the form?
I don't know. I didn't see the form that they filled out.
So here's some basic camper information from the Girl Scouts.
All right.
At camp, we practice respect for all members of the camp community.
That's good. That's good.
Please complete this section with as much detail as possible. All the information contained in this section will only be used by camp staff to give your child the best camp experience possible.
All right.
It is vital that you communicate any information, no matter how small, that might be helpful to the staff.
Yeah.
Okay?
What does that mean, AB's pronouns? What does that mean, AB's?
That's a good question. I don't know. AB's pronouns. Is that a rank in Girl Scouts?
Maybe. I honestly, I don't know.
A B's pronouns. Okay. She, her, they, them, he, him, other.
I bet it
I'm
is
going
a
with
rank,
other every time.
A B's pronoun, yeah, probably is. Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to go other on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be fun.
Yeah,
you
just mix it up.
You don't want to be helpful to the staff or
no, you don't want to.
I mean, how long?
You don't.
That.
No, you don't want this stupidity where what pronoun should I use?
How long is camp? 5 days? So, I can't tell you on Monday what I'm going to feel like on Friday.
Right. Oh, good point.
I mean, you're asking me to commit to a pronoun for
especially
5 days?
When gender is so fluid.
So fluid.
Who knows? Who knows? Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Well, then, you're right. You should check other and put in a little bit more information.
Right. Then,
I don't know. Some days I feel like a nut. Some days I don't.
And then when a camp counselor messes up, then you can run to the local news and make this thing blow up into this huge thing about how you were disrespected and hated.
I love it.
You like this plan?
I love it.
Before you know it, you got a book deal and you're retiring at the age of 8.
Love it. Perfect. Girl Scouts is proud to be the premier leadership organization for girls in our country. Are they?
Just girls?
Is that what they are?
That's exclusionary.
Our organization welcomes members of all gender identities and expression, including at our camps. So if you're a boy, you can go to camp.
That's what I'm picking up.
The girls.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you identify as a girl, right? Yeah.
If you identify as a girl, you can go as a boy. Okay. And that won't create any problem.
Well, I don't know.
There's no problem that could arise from that.
I don't know if they have any specific separate areas that they camp in, though. I mean, it could be... Although they probably don't.
Keep reading. We're going to have some fun
Your
here.
preference will remain confidential. At no time will any camper be outed based on their request.
Okay.
Request tents and Glen shelters will not be referred to as girls only or gender inclusive.
Okay.
So if we know, we can't say, we're not going to say anything anyway.
So what is your preferred sleeping accommodation for your camper? No preference, gender inclusive, female only for cisgender females.
How insane is this?
They are breaking it up, though. They're trying to make it...
so if you're a boy that is a part of Girl Scouts, you can make sure that your sleeping quarters are...
with girls.
With the girls.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's nice of them, making sure everybody feels inclusive.
Nothing is sacred.
It is nice of them, isn't it?
That's nice of them.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Now, they're not asking the other people if they're comfortable with including.
No, bro.
Everybody's got to fill that out.
Everybody's got to. Yes.
We're
that's true.
talking
we
about.
can get them counseling if they have a problem before camp.
You have
day
a
one.
problem with penises in your tent? Okay, we'll get you a therapist sometime at camp.
And that's how
You
nice.
sit
That's
down.
how good
That's
they
how
are.
good they are. That's how good they are.
Boy.
Right. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. Forget it.
Hey,
Scouts.
Pat, I got a new story for you.
Do you?
This morning.
All right.
As I'm sipping my coffee, I thought of you.
Oh no.
I know. So
I feel so special now.
Well, you should.
I'd rather you think of it when you're drinking coffee instead of other things.
Yeah.
So a gay man claimed he was set on fire in a hate crime attack.
Yeah, I hate to see
in
that.
San Diego earlier this month.
That
here's the
sounds
thing.
terrible.
I'm against that.
Yeah.
I'm against setting anyone
Thank you.
on fire, let alone a gay person.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. I'm going to take a stand against that. That's wrong.
Well,
That's bold,
good. It's
man.
good that you did because
You're an ally.
I am.
well, it's not true.
What isn't true?
It's not true.
What's not
So
true?
he
Glad
wasn't
that
set
you're
on
against
fire?
it, but he was not set on fire due to a hate crime.
Oh, boy. What happened?
The police have video showing him beating up a pregnant woman who fought back by setting him on fire.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
the plot thickens.
So,
How'd she set him on fire? That's interesting. So he's beating up a pregnant woman. She sets him on fire.
Good for her.
and then he took off. So they have the video of it at all. But I just another hate crime lie.
Hoax. Another hoax. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Almost every time. And
I don't know that there is a time.
Here's the thing. It's because we're not like that. We don't normally, as a rule, set people on fire, gays or not. Most of us, the vast majority, I'm gonna go way out on a limb and say the vast majority of us will never set anyone else on fire.
Unless we're being attacked, and that's our only way to get away.
Right. Yes, okay. All right. Yeah,
but
if
it
it's in
still
self-defense,
holds, the vast majority of us is not going to
we'll
happen.
never set anybody on
Not
fire.
gonna happen.
In fact, we won't go to our neighbor's garage door and spray paint "Go home, homo." We don't. We just don't do that.
Happens
kind
all
of
the time.
stuff.
It happens all the time. There's a gay couple that lives down the street,
and they spray painted "Go home, homo" on it.
Wait, you sprayed "Go home, homo" on their home?
On the garage door.
On their home.
That's confusing.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
It's like, I'm here.
It's weird, but it's also hateful.
Yeah,
but
it's very hateful. That's a hate crime.
But if
I'll tell you
they're
that.
reading the message, they're already at home. Don't confuse the situation even more. My word.
It's just
they want to paint us as
haters,
exactly.
as phobes
Don't
of
fall
some
for this
sort.
crap.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Almost every time.
Yes.
Almost every time these stories that make the news are bogus.
I mean,
they're a hoax.
Really, we say almost every time so that we have the disclaimer of, the time when there actually is a hate crime, right? Which is possible.
Mm-hmm. But
we don't see that.
No.
We don't see
right.
it.
That's right.
We hear all the time all the trans hate crimes going on, and we honestly don't see it. We see the opposite of trans people attacking other humans.
Right.
We see that.
Right.
Oh, we don't see the actual, the regular straight cisgender guy beating up on the trans person.
But the way the president of the United States talks about this stuff,
you would think it happens every day, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Stop it, man.
I know.
And says nothing about the examples that you have.
I know. And the thing is, if I were to drive through my neighborhood and see "Go home, homos," on a house,
right,
I would be opposed to that.
Right, me too. Me too.
Not only because they're already home,
but also you shouldn't spray paint anybody's garage anything.
Right.
As a rule. Usually, again, we don't. So it's almost always a hoax. Almost every time. Because people just aren't like that in this country, as a rule. I mean, there are really rare instances.
Oh my gosh! And when that happens, you better believe we're going to know about it for the next 10 weeks.
Sure. No kidding. Yep. As if it's the worst problem faced by this country.
Yep.
All right, let me tell you about a new product coming from Jace Medical. Same company that brings you the Jace case. It's called the Jace Daily, and it's a prescription supply service that allows you to get up to a 12-month backup supply of your prescription medication in case of emergency. What a great idea. This will cover a whole bunch of medications, things like cholesterol and diabetes, heart health, blood pressure, mental health, lots more. You can't be without any of that stuff or you're really in trouble. So this is absolutely the ultimate must-buy in family preparedness. Your order will be reviewed by a certified healthcare professional, and it'll be delivered right to your door. Sean Rowland, who founded Jace Medical, explained that being prepared medically is much more than just access to antibiotics, especially when you learn that all of your medications are produced overseas, in China, in India. He said, peace of mind gained by having this kind of long-term supply of your vital medications can't be overstated. So for the sake of your family, you need to be prepared. Go to jacemedical.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout, and you'll get a discount on your order. That's promo code PAT at jasemedical.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Wow. An ex-CNN producer has been sentenced to 19 and a half years after using a 9-year-old in sadomasochistic activity. Jeez. John Griffin, sentenced to 19 and a half years after he pleaded guilty to a child sex crime, which included transporting a 9-year-old girl to his Vermont home to engage in bondage and sadomasochistic activity. 9!
Right. He's just a sick man.
You really wish this were a hoax, but sadly it's not. The FBI arrested Griffin, a former Chris Cuomo colleague, in 2021 on 3 counts of using interstate commerce to entice minors into unlawful sexual activity. But 2 of the counts were dropped with his plea deal in December. Since 2019, Griffin spoke to parents online to convince them to allow him to train their young daughters in sexual submission.
This guy.
What?
Yep.
He told the parents what he was intending to do, and they're like, okay. What?
Right.
How does that happen, and when are they going to be charged?
Yeah, thank you.
Are you kidding me? His plan culminated in 2020 when he paid a mother, who he met online, and her 9-year-old daughter to fly to Boston, where he picked them up and brought them to his Vermont home. The mother was with her. Okay, this is just a despicable story. While in Vermont, he engaged in what was considered to be sexual training of the child. Holy cow. I don't want to even get into what the training involved. U.S. District Judge William Sessions sentenced Griffin to 235 months or 19 and a half years in prison. That's not enough.
I was just going to say, that does not sound like enough.
And the mom should be in the cell right next to him.
Yes.
Wow, how does that happen? What a freaky world we live in. My, oh my.
And he worked with Chris Cuomo, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were colleagues.
Cool.
That's an interesting tie-in to Chris Cuomo. Kind of bringing him in where he doesn't necessarily need to be.
He probably doesn't want to be.
Probably
That's
not.
for sure.
No, I mean, you and I have to experience that kind of association every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
with Jeffy.
Jeff Fisher here.
When people say that, you know who works at the Blaze,
and we're like,
Jeff Fisher. We're like,
please don't drag. No.
I'm here.
Let's keep that on the down low, could we?
Chewing the fat every day.
Can we keep that on the down low?
Not our choice.
Apparently we can. Chewing the fat with Jeff Fisher.
Also in Boston, city leaders are quiet about 4 kids found at South Boston transgender party.
Oh, boy.
Filled with dead bodies, sex toys, and drugs.
It was a party.
So you're saying it's
a party.
It's common, right?
Do?
That's common. Of course, it's a party. So obviously there's going to be dead bodies, sex toys,
well, anytime you have
drugs.
Anytime you have a bunch of people and you got drugs and sex toys around, what are you going to do?
Well, a lot of people are going to die.
Sometimes.
Am I right?
Happens.
Apparently it does. The most underrated story in Boston right now is the fact that over the weekend, first responders were called to a public housing complex in South Boston for a man in cardiac arrest.
Yeah, was there more than one? I'm sorry, go ahead with that.
And found a horrifying scene filled with men in drag. Why is that a horrifying scene?
Yeah,
Why?
Excuse me.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Excuse me.
Let's just deal with
You're right.
How about
why
the
that's
writer,
horrifying.
Back the judgment train.
Thank you.
Well, the writer is putting his biases into the story. Which is
you got that right, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay, this horrifying scene that was filled with men in drag and at least 5 children between the ages of 5 and 10.
Oh, boy.
Oh, golly. 4 children living in squalid conditions while being hidden from first responders were found in an apartment filled with alcohol, drugs, sex toys, and a dead man. Well, they made it sound like there were multiple
there was only
dead
one. There was
people.
only one person died. Plus,
they made it sound like it was bodies plural. There was only one dead guy.
There was only one dead guy. One person was having cardiac arrest. And if they would have left the kids in the apartment across the hall or something, they would have gotten in trouble for that. At least they were bringing the kids around. I mean, keeping the family together. What do you want?
I love.
What do you want?
I love
Indeed.
it. I love it whenever you're reading a story and Jeffy will look over at me and I'm like, oh no, what is he about to say? And it was, well, look, do you want him charged with child abandonment? At least they weren't across the hall.
Really good.
I always love the telegraph before you say it.
Well, when the eyes start to roll, you know where it's going. You know where it's going.
Did you see one of my favorite stories, actually, from Chewing the Fat yesterday, which you should subscribe to, by the way, was Federal Trade Commission sued Amazon for allegedly tricking and trapping people into Prime memberships.
What? Whoa, no, I didn't see that.
So the FTC is accusing Amazon of enrolling millions of customers into automatically renewing subscriptions without their consent and making the cancellation process difficult. Okay, so the cancellation,
everybody does that.
The cancellation, Pat, the cancellation process is 6 clicks. We can't have that.
No, you can't have that.
Can't have that. It's 6 clicks. We can't have, plus, my favorite part of this, and I was not aware of this, that this happens. Okay, but according to the lawsuit, all right. How they make it harder for customers to buy products without a Prime membership. I can't believe this company has a membership program and they want people to buy products with the membership.
How dare
those
they?
bastards. Second, you know how they
that's akin to genocide.
It is.
That's akin to genocide.
It is.
Right there.
They literally say
it's fair, right?
Designing the cancellation process that took 6 clicks.
No.
6 clicks.
No.
Do you have to talk to anybody? Because
also,
that's a lot worse.
Also, and I wasn't aware of this. I think I'm a victim of this.
Okay.
You may be as well. All right. It says in
Calories?
the lawsuit.
What?
Calories? I didn't know where he was
You're
going.
calling us victims of calories?
No, I'm talking. Jeffy says he thinks he's been a victim of this. I didn't know where it was going. I was just
So
a shot in the
just throw
dark.
it out there. See, that I thought we didn't allow fat shaming.
No, we do not. I do
That
not.
was
I
fat
can't abide it.
affirming.
We don't
Fat
tolerate it.
affirming. We've been over this.
Utilizing dark patterns, a design tactic that subtly convinces users to perform a specific action.
And how do you do that?
To get people to enroll in Prime without their
It's
consent.
called dark what?
Dark patterns.
Dark patterns.
Prime was using dark patterns.
So they hypnotize you into doing
this sounds
something
like
you don't know you're doing?
Wait, is Amazon a spinoff from MK Ultra? Is that what we're learning right now? What is going on here?
We'll see how this lawsuit plans out. But
Dark
obviously,
Are they also
Amazon
experimenting on animals?
Amazon is pretty much like saying,
no.
What are you talking about?
Dark patterns.
Yeah, that's what we're using. You know what? You got
You know
us.
what? Yeah,
We
well,
use
that's what we're doing.
dark patterns.
That is from the
Wow.
FTC. Interesting.
Yes. Our government.
Stop
hard at
using
work.
dark patterns, Amazon. You're pissing us off.
Wait a minute.
Damn it.
The same administration that's going after Amazon for these dark patterns of tricking people into subscriptions without their consent, they're the ones trying to get students who sign up for student loans, take these out. They're trying to get them off the hook Right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
They're constantly trying to get people.
Is there a number of people can call to talk about that?
So they're constantly trying to get people.
It's right there.
I don't understand.
I know.
It was just amazing to me that that we're going after Amazon for doing business.
Yeah.
And
well, it's because he doesn't pay any taxes. I don't know if you know this. Jeff Bezos has never paid a penny in tax.
You know why? Dark patterns.
Yeah, dark patterns. He tricks the IRS the same way he tricks everybody else. Man, this guy, I tell you.
All right.
What does his assistant pay? Is it like Warren Buffett's?
Yeah,
a lot more.
His assistant pays a 98% tax rate.
See, that's wrong. I don't like that stuff.
And his assistant only makes $22,000 a year. Yeah,
that's wrong.
Pays $21,500 in taxes.
Third or fourth,
it's unbelievable.
Sometimes the first richest guy on the planet.
Yeah, sometimes. Speaking of richest guys on the planet, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are going to fight in a cage match pretty soon. You don't believe it, though, do you?
Really?
Happen, no.
I think it's going to happen.
I want it to happen.
Yeah, Musk said, I'm up for the cage match if he is.
I mean, Dana White wants it to happen. He's already involved.
I want it to happen.
Oh. Yeah.
Do they know I want it to happen?
No, I haven't talked to them yet.
It will happen.
Okay.
If they know I want it.
All right.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.